Today was originally scheduled as a status hearing where the court receives an additional report from the doctors at the Clifton T. Perkins Hospital concerning Ms. Hoggle's mental status and their opinion about competency. It turned into something else when the state's attorney made a motion for their independent evaluation.
It was more what we expected with the actual findings being incompetent. What we do know is that it's been stated that she checks all the boxes for competency. So I'm not sure if it's behavioral or what it is that's keeping them to continue saying the same things over and over again.
She's been compliant with the treatment, with the course of treatment as prescribed by the doctors at Perkins. As we've talked about several times through the course of the last several years, these reports are consistent. They demonstrate a consistent diagnosis, a consistent result of that diagnosis. Ms. Hoggle has been compliant with everything that everybody's tried to do relative to her competency.
I know it's been 4.5 years. If you forget her even overall, if you just look at statistics, within a year, pretty much almost anyone would be, medicated and brought to some form of competency by this point. So I don't know if it really speaks to her being incompetent to stand trial, if it speaks to incompetency at this point of Perkins to treat. It doesn't get better with time. It gets worse. I miss my children. I definitively want justice for them at this point. More than anything, I want to find them and bring them home. If it's to properly bury them, I want to bring them home no matter what. They're my babies.
The court was not prepared to rule. There were significant questions about the state's motion. The court wasn't aware of it. Certainly we weren't aware of it when we walked in. So the court said that they need to file a motion on or before March 20th. We then have 15 days to respond. But the court said that the court may act on the papers alone or may set a hearing. But regardless of what happens there, the court set another status hearing, competency/status hearing for June 10th.
As far as she goes, it's just hard to believe that that we're at a point where we're wondering with all this, with all this going on, if at some point if she's just going to beat the system and walk out of there. And what I don't know if a lot of people realize is that she would legitimately have the right to walk into a courtroom and possibly get visitation of my 10-year-old, their older brother, who would be devastated if he ever had to see her. And obviously she should never be around anyone's kids, much less her own. She shouldn't be around any people, pretty much, from what I'm seeing, and from what she's done in the past. But you have a system that's protecting her instead of the citizens, instead of the children, instead of my children. She has more rights than my kids do.